on Javelin, and we'll be discussing the importance of mid control, how to get and keep mid control, as well as how to gain if you lost it. We'll also be going over how far you should and shouldn't push into a spawn point, and why. Remind though that this is a basic example of some ways and things that you can do to play the map, as this is still a matchup dependent game based on like strategies and tactics and stuff like that, as it depends on like your opponents, your team, the loadouts, like player skill, etc, etc. So feel free to try and think of other ways to do things. Again, this is just a basic common example of what a lot of teams tend to do in like their playstyle. With that said, let's just jump right into it. Mid control and why it's important. Mid is important for a number of different reasons. One being able to have numerous angles to challenge your opponents at / surprise them with. Things like that, it limits what your opponents can actually do, because you're most likely killing them off spawn or in their spawn. It creates a momentum rush with your team as well. It gives your team a lot of momentum, it gives them like a groove. It gives your team a nice little groove, as you can lock down and keep control of mid. Now, this said, having control of mid allows you to potentially split spawn your opponents. You gotta love them split spawns. Split spawning is the act of forcing members of your opposing team to spawn separate from the other team, obviously. Kind of where the name split spawn comes from. For obvious reasons, gives your team a significant advantage. that doesn't really need much more clarification than that, you know. You do, however, have to be careful of how far you push up into a spawn point. You see, if 3 or 4 of your teammates pushes up into the spawn after you kill, say, 2 or 3 of them, that can potentially make your opponents, that's going to make your opponents spawn together, and you're also giving them a chance to get mid in that regard. So, to reiterate, if, say for example, the team's over here, right? And we're killing them off spawn right now. And say 3 of my teammates, myself included, 3 of us pushing the spawn, like about this far in the spawn, right? And we kill all of them. That's great and dandy. They're now going to spawn blue 100% guaranteed. The problem is that now basically we reset the game. Because by the time we get back up here, they're going to be at the corner waiting. And then we got to win that gunfight again. In the event that we lose, we basically give them mid. We literally just gave them mid. And depending on how fast you kill the first guy or the second guy or whatever when you guys in spawn, that also gives them the ability to basically have control of mid by the time we get back from, spawn point here. So let's say, for example, we just killed them all, but we already killed 2 guys prior, but we just killed the last 2 guys just now, right? We come back over here. Oh shit, there's a guy already here killing us right now. That's an advantage that we just gave them. We gave them control of mid. Them getting control of mids gives them an advantage, and also kind of handles your team, because now your team's momentum has been like destroyed. Let me give you an example about how far you should in how far you should in situations when you should push up, should and shouldn't push up. So let's say the team is here again, right? Team is here. Let's say you kill 1 or 2 of them now. It's only 2 guys left and they're both back there, right? Having 1 or 2 of your guys push up, maybe even 3 to an extent push up to kill these last 2, makes sense. That's fine. As long as one of you guys, and maybe even the third guy that was pushing up, is still somewhere like in this area. If all 4 of you guys are pushing up back here, that's not good. That's really not good. Now, if one or 2 of you guys are kind of like back here still, covering from afar, maybe another guy's like over there covering or whatever, that's fine. Because you guys still have control of mid. As long as you have 1 or 2 guys in mid, it's still sort of fine. Just to provide those 2 guys that pushed up. Now for blue, you want to kind of push up about here. About here is fine. Maybe have 1 or 2 guys push up more is also cool. Push about this far in. But for mostly, you don't want to be pushing up past this point. Most of the time, this goes for basically any map, you just don't want to be in this spawn. You could be like, not necessarily in this spawn. You don't want to be all the way in this spawn, like deep in this spawn. You want to be kind of like at the borderline, like, hey, like this is orange for example, you don't want to be all the way in there. About here is fine, or like at the bottom of the staircase is fine, etc, etc. Same goes for like other maps. However, this does like vary greatly on like team composition, what you have on your team for loadouts, what they have on their team. It varies the number, because like if they have a sniper, then, you know, pushing in might not be the best idea if he's in the back sniping, you know. But that's just an example. Now we have the blue spawn, and the blue spawn and the orange spawn kind of have similar ways of like getting in, but blue spawn options to attack or options to try to gain back mid include the basic: have all 4 of you guys come out this way, throw nades over, or nades wherever they see the enemies at. Nades basically always go first, and you know, bang 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 bang, shoot people up, you know. And move in as you guys kill them. Kill one guy, move up a little bit. Kill another guy, move up a little bit, etc. In the event that something like that doesn't work, or you guys want to do something else, another option includes all 4 of you guys pushing that B. Pushing into B, getting an angle over here. This is also an option. They're probably going to meet you before you get this far, but this is also an option you can do. Pushing that far in, and then get control of mid. You guys can also like split, like spice it up a little bit. Have like one guy push over the B, or one guy push here, kind of like to bait their radar a little bit, and have the other guys push out, and, you know, kind of like flanking them a little bit. Or going 2 and 2 is also sometimes effective depending on the teams. You can also go outside, but outside is generally not the best idea. But this is also an option. You have like 1 or 2 guys, or maybe your entire team pushing out here as a nice little mix-up. Can make them go into orange like this. Cause maybe your team might just be better at going in from orange side too. So that's also an option. Orange side, like I said, orange and blue is basically the same. Like on all these videos, like the 2 spawn points is basically gonna be the same. Just how you control mid might be a little bit different. So orange side, you kind of have similar. You can even go from like the stairs here. You can go from the stairs here. Bang 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 bang. I'm out of ammo, so I gotta use bang bang noises. Bang bang. All 4 of you guys. Honestly, having all 4 of you guys go at the stairs or even over here just probably isn't the best idea. It doesn't tend to work because, like, just because of the angles that you can get here, you can get the stairs angle. Like, it just is not really the best to do this, but I mean, it can work. But like I said, it depends on team composition. Like, you have a sniper, you might get a nice little angle, but honestly, probably like the better thing to do is like go around from B to B side, push in. Having one guy stay back at the stairs isn't a bad idea. Having one guy do that and have the other team go to B, or having one guy go to B, same thing. And then going outside pushing up is also a good idea. Get angles like this, or just push around the blue. Besides that, that's basically how this map is played. Destiny 2 is a big control mid game. You control mid, you sort of kind of win, depending on how well you control it. And for this map in particular, controlling mid also gives you heavy. So if you're playing comp, you need heavy. There you go. Controlling mid gets you heavy. You leave mid, you get them potential to get heavy. And you can use your rifts and your walls and stuff like that. Real quick, I didn't go over like rifts and walls and shotgun, snipers, hand cannons, pulse rifle, all that stuff, because that all falls in the line with like team composition, what you're using, what your team using, what your opponents can have and stuff like that. So if I continue to do this series, I'll like do like an advanced version of these, but for now that's just the basics of the map, how it should be played, how it's normally played. And yeah, I hope this was somewhat helpful to some peeps trying to get into sweats and stuff like that. Like I know my crew is trying to now. I'm basically making this, but yeah, this is a nice little basic guide to Javelin-4. Hope it was informative to an extent, and yeah, catch you guys in the next one. The next one might be Endless Veil, which I might do either tomorrow. Might do it tomorrow. But yeah, I hope this video was informative, and catch you guys in the next. Also, real quick, sorry, I'll let you go in a second. My editing is horrendous. I know editing is terrible. My voice is probably terrible, but yeah, I know. Maybe in the future it'll get better. Maybe, probably not, but I'm trying. Now, without further ado, goodbye.